Hello, this is my tutorial on comparison operators in Python. Basically what it's going to be talking about is how you compare certain values and objects in Python programming language. So let's get started. So we know that equal is to assign something. For example, x equals 1. When we call x, will give us 1. But how do we test if x equals 1? Well, for that, actually, we need x two equal signs 1. And that'll give us true, because x does equal 1. So what does this true mean? True basically means that the statement is true. So you can say x is greater than 0, which is also true. But if you try to say x is less than 0, it's going to give us false, because x is equal to 1, and 1 is not less than 0. So another way to, I've showed you equals, which you do by equals two equal signs, and I've showed you more than with it, which is the more than sign here, and less than, which is the less than sign here. As always in Python, it doesn't really matter where you place the more than or less than signs or the equal signs. It'll still work. For example, I can do x equals 1 and it'll still give us true, even though I didn't put the spaces here. Another way you can compare things, for example, I can do x is greater than or equal to, so that's the greater than sign and then the equal to sign, not two equal signs here, just one equal signs. So greater than or equal to 1. And it's not greater than 1, but it is equal to 1, so it's going to give us a true result. Or I can do x is greater than or equal to 0. It'll also give us true result, because it is greater than 0, but it's not equal to 0. So it can be either or. Now, I can also do x is less than or equal to 1, and it'll give me true, because it's not less than, but it is equal. Or I can do x is less than or equal to 0. It'll also, x is less than or equal to 2 or something like that, and it'll give me true. Another way that I can compare things are x is not equal to 2, for example. How I do that is instead of two equal signs or any of these, I do x is basically, for this one, I do an exclamation mark and then a space. I mean, not a space, sorry, an equal sign. That means x is not equal to 2, which is true. So there's also not x, false. So, but if I did something like not y, that wouldn't work. It only works because x is true. Basically, because it exists, it is true. So it's going to give me the opposite of the result. So it's going to give me false. Later on, we're going to get into things called more complex Boolean operators. But for now, we're just going to talk about these as comparison operators. So here, you can also use is not. Sounds familiar because it sounds a lot like English, so it's easier to remember. But if you can do x is not 2, for example, and it's going to give true. That's basically the same as not equal to. Is not is very similar to not equal to. Or I can do x is 2, and it's going to give me false because x is 1. Or I can also do x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 3. And it's going to give me false because x isn't equal to 2, but it also isn't equal to 3. But if I do x is equal to 1 or to 2 or x is equal to 1, it'll give me true because x isn't equal to 2, but it is equal to 1. So these are just some of the basic comparison tools that you'll be using in Python. Thank you.